thanks for the time that given to us. We are from group 3 and we will to present about main and subordinated clause. Before we are going to explain main and subordinated clause, I will to introduce our team. I am Suryana Ningsi.
I am Siti Nurhalisa.
I am Hairunisa.
I am Anet Bali.
Okay, for the first speaker, delivered by myself. Okay, I will to present about main clause. The first is main clause, and a main clause, sometimes called an independent clause, must contain a subject and verb as well as express as complete to. For example, Dian kicked the soda machine. Dian is the subject and kick is the verb. And then Sima and Michael are skipping their chemistry class to sit by the lake and watch the sun sparkly on the water. And the subject is Sima and Michael, and the verb is watch. And you must have of this. You must have at least one main clause in every sentence. A main clause is the essential component. Without a main clause, a group of words is a fragment, a major error in writing. A sentence can contain any number of other grammatical units such as participial phrase, prepositional phrase, subordinated clause, and appositive. It must, however, contain at least one main clause. Like the example is, while dissecting a cow herd is her autonomy and psychology class, Seneca relates the cheeseburger, her favorite lunch, was no longer appetizing. While dissecting a cow herd is a participial phrase, and in her autonomy and psychology class is a prepositional phrase, and Seneca relates is the essential main clause, and that a cheeseburger was no longer appetizing is the main is subordinated clause. Her favorite lunch is a positive. I think enough for me. And the next speaker is, the second speaker is Hairunisa. Time's yours.
Okay, thanks for the time. I will explain subordinate clause. Subordinate clause called a dependent clause will begin with a subordinate conjunction or a relative pronoun and will contain both a subject and a verb. This combination of words will not form a complete sentence. Okay, the subordinated clause, there is important point is a subordinate clause cannot stand alone as a sentence because it does not provide a complete thought. The reader is left wondering, so what happened? A word group that begins with a capital letter and ends with a period must contain at least one main clause. Otherwise, you will have written a fragment, a major error.
I will continue about subordinative clause. There are two kinds of subordinative clause. The first is subordinative conjunction and the second is relative pronoun. the subordinative conjunction like after, once, until, although, provided that, when, as, rather than, whenever, because, since, where, before, so that, whereas, even if, then, wherever, even though, that, wherever, if, though, while, in order that, unless, and why. And the relative pronouns is that, who, whose, which, whoever, whosever, whichever, whom, and whomever. The example of word of conjunction is after. After Ami, she needs all of the tuna salad. After is subordinate conjunction. Amy is subject. Sneeze is verb. And the second word is once Adam smashed the spider. Once is subordinative conjunction. Adam is subject and smashed is verb. And the second word is until. Until Mr. Sanchez has his first cup of coffee. Until is subordinative conjunction. Mr. Sanchez is subject and has is verb. The fourth word is who eat handfuls of cereals with his bread hands. Who is relative pronoun and who subject and add verb. The next speaker delivered by Siti Nurhalisa.
Okay, I will give a conclusion about main and subordinate clause. Main clause make a sense as complete sentence on its own, and it include subject and predicate. For example, T went to Japan. T is subject and the subject indicates who or what is being referred to. Went to Japan is the predicate. Yeah, the predicate include a verb and state something about the subject. Okay, subordinate clause like a main clause also contain a subject and predicate. However, it depends upon the main clause and does not stand alone. Okay, the example of a subordinate clause. The T went to Japan because she went to interview scientists. She went to interview the scientist is the subordinate clause. It information to the main clause. Okay, to join the main clause and subordinate clause, you use a conjunction. Conjunction joins two clause together into the sentence. That makes sense and more information than one clause on its own. For example, T went to Japan because she went to interview the scientist. Here, because is conjunction. I think that's all. Okay, I think that's all for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think that's all for our group. If we have mistakes, please forgive us and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi